All right. Try to make this quick. This is one of those things where this is a long video. I've talked about this before, and I'm not telling other people to do this. It's just a little testimony here. Years ago, 2008, 2009, I had I call it a media blackout. I had no internet, no, this phone's freaking out. Anyway, no internet, no radio, no Dish Net, DirecTV, whatever we had at the time. No television, no cable, nothing. Okay. I didn't do it intentionally, but I moved from one place to another, didn't bring the cable stuff with me, sold all my cars. We were getting ready to lose 50% of our income, so we were liquidating. We saw it coming. And so I just kept my work truck, which had no radio. They said didn't renew my cable subscription. So no radio, no television, whatever. And I was like that for about 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. And so, like I said, it wasn't something I set out to do. It's just what happened. But I always look back, if I reflect on that time, I got a heck of a lot more done. And I noticed that my thoughts were my own. I didn't have some ad jingle or some, something that upset me on the news. I didn't have any of this stuff on my mind, a video I'd seen, YouTube video or something got me frustrated or concerned. None of that. And it was just whatever I was working on at the time, I was by default able to put all my focus on it. And I really got a lot more stuff done. And I have to admit, my life was a lot better, even though I was really broke. They said we lost 50% of our income. And luckily we saw it coming when we did. But when we got through all that and everything, later on I finally got a truck with a radio in it. Now the reason I'm bringing this up, right before we bombed Syria the second time, it's a couple months back, I unsubscribed from all the news, turned my radio off. I kept it on music. I tried to do a media blackout again. Don't watch any videos that were telling me how things are going to be, or good, bad, or whatever. And if you're a friend of mine, you got this kind of videos you do, I'm still subscribed. I still support you. It's just, I'm talking bigger channels, this kind of thing. But I don't watch any I basically shut off the news for the most part. Or any videos where people are talking about the news. I wanted to get as far away from it as I could, the distraction of it. And this is hard for me because I really enjoy the Trump saga. I love this stuff. The tweets, how he's pissing people off. But I knew, okay, I gotta stop doing this. Okay. So it's been several months now. And it's not easy to wean yourself off of it. But I'm about 85-90%. I've been media free as far as that kind of stuff. I still watch videos on YouTube, but I just became far more selective. More music, more do-it-yourself stuff, this kind of thing. And then I got my friends here on YouTube. Like an example, that Storm Clouds Gathering. Guy makes a video about once or twice a year. Used to really be, into his stuff. He made a video a while back and I watched it. Of course, he tells you how everything's going to end, this and that. And I thought I got rid of all those channels. So that kind of stuff, I unsub. I don't need to hear what he has to say. Nice guy, I'm sure, good stuff, but I'm not interested. So I've refined what I watch on YouTube for the most part. Now we just had an election here in California, so there's some radio guys I listen to that have some guys that come in that know what they're talking about as far as what you should vote for, this kind of thing. So I did spend about a couple weeks on that. But let's say you chose to do something like this. You're turning all that stuff off. Did I get the effect that I wanted? Yes, I did. For one thing, for what I'm doing right now, this I don't want to call it a crossroads, but I'm in a position where I've come into I've picked up some resources, but I've also picked up some liabilities. And I need to make some really good decisions in this summer. Let's say there's like a 6-month period. And I need to be making some good decisions. If I do the wrong thing, the liabilities are going to bite me in the ass. If I do the right thing, they won't. I'll be able to keep the resources and everything will be okay. But I wasn't sure exactly what I needed to do, how I was going to go about it. Okay? So I really needed to get myself focused and working on this issue, making these right decisions. And so I knew I had to get these distractions turned off. So I go with this media blackout, so to speak. And typically what happens, I'll be out there working with the cows or doing something at my work or whatever. And I'll call it a revelation. Something will come to me and I'll go, okay, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Maybe we're going to sell that. Or maybe instead of handling this other thing this way, we're going to do it this way. I'll just kind of get a picture of it. And it'll be really clear. And it's like, yeah, that'll work. Okay, I got something there. And then I write it down. My memory, I'll lose it. So I bring this up. If you're in a situation, if you have something going on where you got some big decisions coming, or you don't know where your future's going, maybe you need to make a change, but you don't know where. That's typically like I know I need to make a change, but I don't know which direction to go, left, right, or upside, whatever. But you know you need to make a change. Turn the world off. Turn all that stuff off. You want to watch old John Wayne movies or something like that? Cool. Listen to, go to YouTube, watch a Jethro Tull concert, full length, whatever. But stay away from the concern news stuff, the events of the day kind of thing. Turn it off because it's too distracting. It's taking you away from this decision you need to make. And I think if you can do that, and it takes time, it take a month, but if you can do that, these decisions, you'll get these revelations, these decisions will be made. And it will be with ease. It'll just come to you. Like I said, I've done this before. The hardest thing is when you turn this stuff off, you think you're going to miss something. Gosh, what if something happens? What if I, especially a lot of preppers on my channel. Gosh, you got to be so cutting edge on every little event that's going on. No, you don't. The world will wait for you. It ain't going anywhere. Okay? And if anything big enough happens, you'll hear about it. But if you're in a position where you like I said, you got some decision. Great example is just maybe you're thinking about retiring, or maybe you're thinking about getting out of a relationship or getting into one, heaven forbid. Or you just have to, you got to come up with X number of dollars, but you just don't know how you're going to do it. Or should you leave this job for this kind of stuff? You know something needs to change, but you don't know how. Turn the world off. Go back into yourself. Listen to the kind of music you like. Maybe watch videos that are, if you don't watch videos, if you like to paint, watch people painting, stuff that makes you, your creative side. But turn the world off. Anything about concern, anything about tomorrow or the economy or Syria or North Korea or Trump said, turn that crap off. And wait. It took me about a week where you don't get bored, but all of a sudden you kind of realize, did you hear that? In my head, did you hear that? You know what that is? Silence. I don't hear anybody. I'm only hearing me. You've reached the peak when you can do that. Now all of a sudden, it's just you and the stuff you're working on. And that's when these little revelations start to, things start to happen for you. But you got to turn all that chatter off. that chatter that comes from the news, the radio, and the talk shows, and the YouTube videos, or Twitter, or Facebook, whatever your thing is, all that chatter, you got to turn all that crap off. See, it's just distraction. You can always come back to it. But I'm just sharing that. This is the second time that I've done this, and I got the desired effect. I got stuff I got to do. I know which direction I'm going. Works out. Maybe, whatever the case is. But I don't question anymore what my next few months are going to... Okay, I've got a plan now. Okay, I've got a map. I got the direction I need to go, and I just need to work my plan. So, but I could not have done that had I not turned all that crap off. Anyhow, hopefully I made some sense. Love you. God bless.